on 767 News. Dominica observes OECS Day with Grand Exhibition. Song star Michael Henderson pays tribute to former President Dr. Nicholas Liverpool, and absence of youth engagement hindering the successes of the Diabetes Association. Welcome everyone, I'm Alicia George and you're watching 767 News. Stay tuned for the latest news stories and developments happening across Dominica after this break.
Let's see how easy it is to play Powerball and win. Simply select 4 numbers from 1 to 30 and a Power Pick number from 1 to 5, and that's it. You have just selected your winning numbers for Powerball, or just get a quick pick and let the machine select your lucky numbers for you. Remember, Powerball is drawn every Wednesday and Saturday from 9 p.m. Powerball from the Dominica National Lottery.
Thanks for joining me on today's edition of 767 News. First up this news time, Dominica joined the rest of the members of the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, as they celebrated the 34th anniversary of the organization on Thursday, June 18th. In observance of the special day, the Dominica Association of Teachers Early Childhood Educators, spearheaded by Spices Center, hosted a grand exhibition at the Winter Park Stadium under the theme Promoting Tourism Within the OECS. President of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Celia Nicholas, said the theme is appropriate to promote regional tourism.
We don't realize that we can visit each other's country and know about each other's country almost perfectly. Close your eyes and you can even locate them on the map. So let us teach our children to know their neighbors. Knowing your neighbor, it will help us to be a better people and a better nation. And the term nation now would have to change. We cannot only say it's Dominica now, we have to start speaking about the OECS. And the OECS within CARICOM has done very well.
Nicholas said we need to emulate the Americans by being proud of what we do and showcasing our work and the work of others.
The Europeans came down to CARICOM to see what was happening before they did the EU. They came down. CXC, I was one of the early people for CXC. I remember when we were starting off with history and English, the educators from England came down to Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana to see what we were doing so that they could implement the school-based assessment component of the examination. So we have done well for ourselves as a people, and as Mr. Filbert said, for little islands, the stature of the individuals which we have produced, we should be proud of them and proud of ourselves.
Meanwhile, Chief Education Officer Melina Fontaine said it was important to host the exhibition featuring the preschoolers, as the early stimulation will aid in brighter futures.
We have made great strides over the past couple of years with the development of early childhood and extending their knowledge through activities such as this one this morning is very important. Again, over the past couple of years, we have made great strides.
This event is funded by the OECS Commission. The OECS Competitive Business Unit, CBU, based in Dominica, has also organized a program which will climax with a hike to Jacko Flats on Monday, June 22nd. OECS Day is celebrated to heighten awareness about the OECS integration movement and to reflect on the achievements of the OECS Economic Union. The OECS was established in 1981. Today, Thursday, His Excellency the President Charles Savre, ministers of government, dignitaries and the public gathered at the State House building to pay their last respects to former head of state, His Excellency Dr. Nicholas J. O. Liverpool. The body of the late president laid in state from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dr. Liverpool will be laid to rest following an official state funeral at the Granby Catholic Church on Friday, June 19, 2015. The state funeral will be held from 3 p.m. and will be followed by interment at the Granby Roman Catholic Cemetery. The funeral service will be carried live on both radio and television stations, including Digicel Play TV. Regrettably, there will be no 767 newscast on that day, as the channel will be used for the funeral proceedings of the late president. Dr. Liverpool, who was Dominica's 6th president, passed away in Miami on June 1st. Meanwhile, songbird Michael Henderson made a tribute in memory of former President Nicholas Liverpool. Take a listen.
Fellow Dominicans, especially the widow, family, and friends of the late Dr. Nicholas Liverpool, the captain and crew of the Free Winds and myself would like to extend our deepest condolences on the occasion of his passing. Dr. Liverpool, who along with Mrs. Liverpool have been guests here aboard the Free Winds, was a distinguished gentleman who served his country with distinction. His contribution to society will not soon be forgotten. And though we are not there with you today in person, our thoughts and best wishes are with you.
We pray that life be kind.
Il desiderio che
And watch us from above.
ognuno troviamo
And every soul will find
fondo e dentro sé.
another soul to love.
Let this be our prayer.
Let this be our prayer.
Just like every child,
Just like every child
needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace to a place where we'll be safe. E la fede che hai acceso in noi, sento che ci
In other stories, a number of senior public officers gathered at the Fort Young Hotel on Thursday, June 18th, where they were engaged in a meeting to aid in the organizational review of the various departments of government. Senior Administrative Officer Ruth Alport said this review is aimed at improving the efficiency of the public service.
Over the past few years, the department, 2 years department, has been undertaking human resource audits in ministries and departments. However, we have recognized that although the audits have provided valuable information regarding the HR functions of the ministries and departments, there is a need for us to look at how there is a need to integrate their systems and business priorities to ensure that the ministries and departments meet their strategic objectives and priorities in the most efficient manner.
Alpert said establishment, personnel and training departments have been charged with the responsibility of conducting organizational assessments of all ministries and departments within the public service.
As a start to these public service-wide assessments, we have sought the services of the consultancy firm KPMG Barbados to undertake a comprehensive organizational review of the department itself, because as you may well understand, we are not able to assess ourselves, and to transfer some knowledge and skills to what we call an organizational team of the department, so that we in turn will be able to conduct the organizational assessments of the other ministries and departments.
She said while many organizational reviews are conducted to organizational crisis or major discontinuity, the establishment, personnel and training department is proactively starting this review as a pilot for the public service-wide reviews that are to be conducted. Alpert noted this will also build on their numerous past successes while capitalizing on opportunities to achieve maximum results for the public service.
Our major focus will be on improving service quality and delivery of the public service.
Now, in terms of this meeting,
the persons we have in attendance are senior officers of the public service at the level of an administrative officer and above, who are middle managers, senior managers, and will be able to influence the conduct of the organizational reviews within their own ministries or departments.
Alpert said the review will provide them with a better understanding of mechanisms to improve the business processes of various ministries. Up next, absence of youth engagement hindering the successes of the Diabetes Association, and DPSU General Secretary speaks on PWC Board's refusal to sign MOU. More details when 767 News returns.
Fresher foods? Bold flavors? More time! Get it all with appliances from Quartz. Purchase any appliance $999 and over. You can be a weekly winner of $200 cash. Plus, purchase any Mabe appliance and win $11,000 in prizes of your choice. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay absolutely nothing for 60 days. So find the solutions for your kitchen and laundry only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Youth engagement seems to be the biggest challenge for the advancement of public sensitization and responsiveness to diabetes in Dominica. This, according to President of the Dominica Diabetes Association, Marvin Birmingham, who spoke at the association's annual general meeting on Thursday. Birmingham said the stigma associated with diabetes prevents many young people from speaking up and being involved in curbing the disease.
One of our failures has been with engaging the youth. Indications are that younger persons are exhibiting many of the risk factors associated with NCDs. Data show an increasing rate of obesity among the youth and the onset of diabetes at a younger age than a few decades ago. Hence, engaging the youth, although of high importance to the association, has not materialized in a meaningful way.
Birmingham said the association has made many attempts to recruit young people with diabetes as part of efforts to help build a new non-communicable disease movement among their peers. Another topic of focus for the association was the prevention of diabetic foot, which often leads to amputation of one's limb. To this end, Birmingham suggested the implementation of a system from information collected by various health districts.
Some action needs to be taken now. We might say more training, but is that enough to sustain a reduction in amputations due to diabetes? I would like to respectfully suggest a system to facilitate prompt attention to diabetic foot problems referred from the health districts, so that immediate care and attention can replace delayed care.
Meanwhile, keynote speaker and specialist medical officer Dr. Portia Mead reminded persons that diabetes affects all age groups. She said an alarming 8 to 10% of the Dominican population suffer from diabetes to date, the majority being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is preventable and is usually associated with family history, being overweight, poor eating habits, physical inactivity, and poor nutrition during pregnancy.
The complications of diabetes are many. Diabetic patients have an increased risk for developing many serious health problems. Consistently high blood glucose level affects in particular the heart and blood vessels, the eyes, kidneys, nerves, teeth, and brain. And these patients have a higher risk of developing frequent infections.
Up to about 80% of type 2 diabetes can be prevented if patients are willing to change their diet, increase physical activity, and improve their living environment. A study by the International Diabetes Federation, of which the Dominica Diabetes Association is an associate member, indicates that currently 382 million people suffer from diabetes globally. That number is expected to rise to 592 million by the year 2035 unless there is intervention. And in other stories, General Secretary of the Dominica Public Service Union, DPSU, Thomas Later, says a decision by the Board of Directors of the Public Works Corporation to not sign a Memorandum of Understanding is evidence that the PWC Board is not getting professional legal advice. Later said it is unfortunate that the Board of Directors initially agreed to sign the MOU, then suddenly changed their minds without formally informing him.
What the person is doing, or the people are doing, wherever they are, is to be leading them in a path that we can do without. That is not one that encourages them to peacefully and amicably resolve the issue, but one where they want to posture themselves as bosses, as masters, as the one in charge, and that they cannot be touched by the union or the employees. But we want to say that is a bad approach, because we believe anytime there's disagreement, the sooner you can meet to resolve the issue, it is better.
Later said the board's decision not to sign the MOU is one of the unsettled issues preventing a stop of the Public Works employees' protest action. He said other issues include salary and wages negotiation on behalf of the employees and non-payment of various employees' allowances, all of which are not being addressed by the Board of Directors of the corporation.
We also said that if you're going to talk about layoff, that you need to have some discussion with us. There has not been any discussion with the union as far as the layoff is concerned. We will advise that about the layoff by our legal person, and that is that what they are proposing is not keeping to the collective agreement and even the labor laws which they have quoted, and as a result we advise that we should sort of ignore the layoff for the time being, and that is why we are not yet pursuing that matter of the injunction.
Meanwhile, one of the directors of the Public Works Corporation, Simeon Albert, says there is no need to sign the MOU with the Dominica Public Service Union.
The two main points there was to settle was the issue of the salaries and the wages. In as much as we have settled the issue of salaries and wages, also Social Security, we didn't think that there was any need for signing an MOU, because they were the two main issues before the board. Now, having said that, now we believe that where we are now, the issue of Social Security and salaries and wages was also the concern of the union and the employees. And so since that is settled, we have a collective agreement that binds the corporation in terms of any negotiation and terms of reference as to any negotiations that are to be taken between the corporation and the union.
Albert said the collective bargaining agreement between the PWC and the DPSU is sufficient as a guide in negotiating the outstanding issues. Some of the details of the MOU included a deadline of Friday, May 29, 2015 for the payment of salaries and wages of PWC employees, and if this is not worthy of consideration, to inform the union as soon as possible. It explained that by Monday, June 1, 2015, the parties shall commence negotiations with respect to salaries and wages revision and other terms and conditions of employment. The MOU also stated that by Friday, June 5, 2015, management of the PWC shall provide the union with arrangements made with the Dominica Social Security to pay all outstanding contributions on behalf of the employees. It also states that by Tuesday, June 30th, 2015, the union should receive any proposal developed by the management of the PWC as it relates to staff restructuring. Protest at the corporation continues. And on Friday, June 19th, 10 finalists will compete in Season 2 of the Dominica State College Got Talent competition, DST Got Talent. DSC Got Talent is organized each year by the Dominica State College ambassadors to encourage students to showcase their talents. Today we have with us in studio Joel Challenger, faculty advisor of the Dominican State College ambassadors. How are you doing today, Mr. Challenger?
I'm doing very well, thanks. Glad to be here with you today.
Okay, could you tell us what it is we can look forward to on Friday when the show airs or the finale airs?
All right, so this Friday is the second annual DSC Got Talent finals. And I'm really excited and looking forward to it. We started off with about 60 different students, and we're down to 10. So there are a lot of talents, anything from dancing to rappers to different vocalists, I guess you could say. So, and it's a lot of different talents, and the students are quite excited, and I am also.
Okay, how was the experience compared to the inaugural show? Because there must have been a lot of preparation, you didn't know what to expect. So coming from the first show, you have a lot more experience. What exactly is different this time around?
Well, this time we tried to vary the finals a little bit. Additional to the rounds leading up to it, we had a variety of different rounds. I think it was about 5 preliminary rounds. Then we had a quarterfinals, semifinals, and we're here in the finals. So a lot of elimination, and it made quite an interesting semester of a lot of different talents being displayed from the Dominica State College. One of the things that's different from last year is instead of just having the contestants do one single number and that will determine the winner, we have actually 2 rounds on the night. So the first round will consist of what we call an island theme. So each one of the contestants have picked some island in the world, can be in the Caribbean or anywhere else in the world, and they have to depict that with the music, with the costumes, however else they choose. But then they're going to come and display the style of music, the beat, etc. And then the second round will consist of an international theme where they could anything from jazz to pop to any other music throughout the world they could be able to show. So the students told me they're quite pumped and ready, so I am eager to see what they have up their sleeve.
Okay, do you feel that there's greater participation not only by the performers but by persons eager to see the show?
I believe so, because the initial round, or the initial year, I guess, people were still buying into it, thinking, okay, what's this about? And although it was nicely attended, this year I saw a lot more people attend. Initially we had about 2-3 rounds in the previous year. This year we had 5, just to show you the level of participation and interest from the student body. So it's going to be interesting to see what the turnout is like on the final night. And I'm encouraging as many people as possible to come and take part in this lovely experience. It's only $10 to attend.
Okay, and it starts at 7 p.m.
That's correct, 7 p.m. And we want to start right on time, sharp, so we hope the public will also be there that time.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Challenger, for coming on set with us today. And we hope to see you next year at the same time, doing bigger and better things.
Wonderful. We hope to see you guys at the show too.
Of course.
Wonderful.
All right, thank you.
All right.
This year's finalists include Katapa Family with a rap and original music composition, Baines Winston and Kaylee Benjamin with a dance duet, Peter Codrington, a male vocalist, Elijah Champion Roll, a male vocalist, Evan Balson and Kester, dancers, Shanice Langford, female vocalist, Julianne Charles, female vocalist and dancer, Shadika Moses, female vocalist, Linda Martin, female vocalist, and Melanie Charles, female vocalist. There will also be various guest performances, including the African dancers from the Alternate University, the band T-Orchestre, and the Signal Band. Angel Joseph was the winner of the first competition with her stunning song rendition. She walked away with a cash prize of $1,000. And that's it for local news. So please be reminded that there will be no newscast tomorrow, Friday, June 19th, due to state funeral proceedings. So we now go to the Met Office for today's weather report.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. We begin by taking a look at some earlier infrared satellite imagery, which showed a few low-level clouds moving across Veles Antilles today, with Dominica reporting fair to partly cloudy skies. Of significance was the Saharan air layer or dusties, which continued to reduce horizontal visibility. Radar imagery indicated a few isolated showers across Veles Antilles today. Tonight's weather is expected to be Fair to partly cloudy with a few isolated showers. Similar conditions can be expected tomorrow, with temperatures peaking near 32 degrees Celsius on the coastline. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate in open water, with waves peaking near 8 feet. Small craft operators and sea beavers should continue to exercise caution. Over the next 3 days, for tomorrow, Friday, fair to partly cloudy skies with a few isolated showers, some scattered showers by Saturday, and possible isolated thunderstorms late Sunday into Monday. For the remainder of the Caribbean, a high pressure system will continue to be the dominant feature, resulting in occasional cloudiness and scattered showers across parts of the island chain. On the international cities forecast, partly cloudy skies in New York, Miami, London, and Caracas, with clear skies in Beijing. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:35 a.m. and set at 6:39 p.m. For additional information, feel free to contact us at weather.gov.dm or the weather hotline at 447-5555. Have a good night.
That was the Met Office with today's weather report. Now for a recap of tonight's headline stories. Dominica observes OECS Day with grand exhibition. Song star Michael Henderson pays tribute to former President Dr. Nicholas Liverpool, and absence of youth engagement hindering the successes of the Diabetes Association. In sports, interim DABA president focuses on successful completion of basketball league. And that's all the time we have for now. Until Monday, drop us an email at media@767news.tm, friend us on Facebook, and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I'm Alicia George, wishing you a wonderful evening, and thanks for watching.